Coming up, I'm going to be sharing my predictions for the upcoming Disney Showcase event at D23. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com, and coming up pretty soon, we're going to be having the D23, the Ultimate Fan Event, which has previously been called the D23 Expo. Happens every 2 years at the Anaheim Convention Center. I previously went to the one 2 years ago, loved it, thought it was fantastic, but they're going to be making some differences for this year. First off, they're actually going to be taking their main presentation, the one that everyone wants to go to, and people will be lining up overnight to try and get into. They've moved it to the Honda Center down the road a couple of miles, and therefore they've sold tickets, and there's probably tripled the amount of people that can get in there, probably about 15,000 people. Some big expensive tickets if you want to sit down the front. But with this, they're now putting on 3 special showcases in the evenings. On the Friday night is the Disney Entertainment Showcase, which is the movies and the shows, which I'm going to be focusing on. The Saturday night is the theme parks. There's probably going to be a lot of announcements there about Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, etc. And then on the Sunday night, it's the Disney Legends Show, where they induct people into their Hall of Fame. But before I get into my predictions, I kind of want to set the tone a little bit and set expectations, because I feel with this kind of event, sometimes people get a little bit carried away, especially comparing to previous events. So first off, this presentation is going to be 2 hours long, and it's going to be showcasing new shows and films from Disney Studios, including Marvel, Star Wars, 20th Century Studios, Disney, Pixar. So you've got 2 hours, you've got all of that. So just to compare to last weekend where we had San Diego Comic-Con, that was just over an hour, hour and a half just for Marvel. And they only talked about 3 movies and then kind of 2 extra things they kind of announced with the Secret Wars and the Avengers Doomsday movie. So that was kind of, if you set that tone right. At the last D23, they held 3 different showcases, which were about 2.5 to 3 hours long each. So I just want to set the tone right of the last one. They did a panel for Marvel, Star Wars and 20th Century Studios. They did another one for Disney and Pixar, and then they did another one for Disney branded television. They're only doing a 2-hour one this year. So instantly, this is a third shorter, so therefore that I think is really going to have an impact on what we're going to be seeing. The other key thing that we need to be aware of, they have delayed so many projects that a lot of the stuff that's been previously announced still has to come out. And generally with these D23 events, they focus on the stuff that's coming out over the next 2 years, things to get people excited for. And I think that is going to be something that is probably going to leave a lot of us maybe kind of going, well, where's all the announcements? Where's the big surprises? Because so much stuff got pushed back, we still have to get them. Like the whole of Marvel Universe is years behind. Star Wars is behind with the strikes and with the pandemic, and Disney also slowing down how much stuff they've released. This is all going to have an impact on it. So I really want to set the tone right now of, do not expect a Disney Investor Day kind of event where they are announcing 60, 70 projects. Don't expect kind of previous D23 events or San Diego Comic-Cons where we get lots of announcements. I think there are going to be some surprises, and I think there will be some announcements, but I don't think they're going to be that shocking. They're probably going to be able to pull some things out that are going to shock us and get things going, but the sheer number of them I think is going to be less than one on one hand. Also, during this presentation, there is going to be a thing about shows that happen like on the West End or touring. So there's going to be an element of that in there as well, which is going to cut down that time. There's going to be musical performances. Again, that 2 hours is now creeping down, and I think that is drastically going to have an impact on what we find out about. So let's now jump into my predictions. So let's start off with the Disney side. I think we're going to be seeing maybe a teaser trailer for Snow White, which comes out in March. I think that would make sense for them to do so. Again, bring out the cast and stuff for that one. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that one also gets revealed to all of us. Now, whether or not they live stream this event, we're not sure yet. Nothing has officially been announced as of time of recording, but that one might end up getting revealed to everyone. Also, they recently started filming Freaky Friday 2. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of a kind of an announcement and kind of, they come onto the stage and they show us a little bit of that one. Moana. We've got Moana 2 coming out for Thanksgiving. So they could show some clips there, a new trailer maybe. Also, they are starting to film the live action version. So they got like a double-edged sword there. They can kind of do both of them and get them out there with that side. Also with Disney, I'd also expect them to be showing us a little bit of the new Mufasa movie, which is coming out at Christmas. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that there. Maybe also we might hear a little bit about Zootopia 2. That's due to come out next year. So that one, maybe even, if we now go into Pixar a little bit, maybe even Toy Story 5 could be something that they bring up, but I'm not 100% convinced on that one. They might give us a little bit of detail on that one. Keeping with Pixar, Elio's coming out next summer. They did an announcement at the last 2 years ago. They've gone back and made a lot of changes, so a new teaser trailer or a new clip for those in attendance or for those of us there. Win or Lose, this is a new series that was supposed to come out last year. I wouldn't be surprised if they did a surprise drop and dropped it over the weekend. That would be maybe the thing. That could be good. I don't think they want to announce it too much in advance because they're still trying to get people to go to the cinema to see Inside Out 2. But either that or we'll get an official update. They're going to be doing like a watch event or something like that during the D23 anyway. So yeah, that's my kind of predictions for Pixar. I don't think I want to go too much beyond that. I also wouldn't be at all surprised if 20th Century Studios is there for a little bit of a preview, maybe a little bit for Alien Romulus. That's coming out the week after D23. But whether or not the tone is right, whether or not they think that's the right location to do that, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if having little face huggers and stuff crawling around might not necessarily be the right location for that one. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get an official announcement regarding Avatar 3, like the title of the movie, maybe a sneak peek for those in attendance. James Cameron is being inducted into Disney Legends that weekend, so he's going to be there. So that would he could come out on stage and kind of do a little bit of an update on that film. But I think that's probably much more likely since he is actually going to be there. Star Wars, I think we will see a new trailer for Skeleton Crew. I think that will go out to everyone to watch because that's coming out later this year. I think that will just be about right good timing. I also think those in attendance will also maybe get to see a little bit of Andor Season 2. Maybe we might get to see that as well, a little sizzle reel, something like that there, just to kind of get us excited about Star Wars, especially after the whole thing with Acolyte. I am not expecting a Season 2 of Acolyte to be announced. I'm not really expecting, I mean, they might bring up some of the Marvel or some of the Star Wars movies, but I'm thinking they've got a short amount of time. They might just want to hit 2 things, get out and go. They might give us a little, say something about the Mandalorian and Grogu movie maybe, but I'm thinking it's going to be for that one. Marvel is where things get a little bit more interesting. I think the fact that they've just done a big presentation at San Diego Comic-Con for Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts and Captain America, the clips that got shown to them could be shown off at D23. That wouldn't surprise me. But I also think we're more likely to get a new trailer, the official trailer for Agatha All Along, which is coming out in September on Disney+. Our first look at Daredevil Born Again, definitely think that's because that's coming in March. Maybe also updates on Ironheart and the official confirmation of Wonder Man. That is a show they've already filmed. That would be a nice big announcement, and it would be a new announcement because we've not actually officially had anything. They could also give us the slate that we kind of didn't get at San Diego Comic-Con, giving us where things are coming. Maybe also confirming like Nova and maybe White Vision as well, or Vision Quest, whichever they're going to put. They could put that in there, but that's might be it. So as you can see with my predictions, they are very safe. I don't think there's anything there which I'm calling out of going, oh my god, I've not heard anything about that one. These are all things that we know about, things that have been previously announced. But like I said, these are all the projects that are coming out over the next 2 years. A lot of them have been delayed. They've only got that 2-hour window, and as I said, they're going to have to talk about a lot of stuff. They've got clips, trailers, musical moments and stuff like that in. It's going to be tight. They could extend it. It could be 2.5, 3 hours, but again, they've put a schedule in for that. I wouldn't expect it to go too much beyond. But yeah, I think there will be some big announcements. I hope there's something there that will shock us and keep us all excited and stuff. But I'm also being a little bit realistic of the fact of set your expectations to nothing or to less than nothing, rather than if you're expecting 5 or 6 Marvel shows and 5 or 6 Star Wars things and lots of Disney shows. This just does not feel like a time for them to do it. They're not going to announce anything about, updates or any classic stuff coming to Disney+. This is all about new and primarily aimed at, the major new releases. This is a big advertising thing to kind of get people excited, get people moving. And yeah, I'm looking at this one here. It's just the simple, when you look at what's coming out over the next 2 years, and you go, most of this has been revealed. A lot of this has already been discussed at the last D23 event, which is kind of surprising. And this shows the problem of when they announce stuff way too early, they don't have any surprises left, and we've been caught. They're still catching up with some of those announcements from the Investors Day event nearly 5 years ago. They have to be very careful with this kind of stuff, I think. But nevertheless, I would love to know your predictions of what do you think is going to be announced during the Disney Showcase panel at D23 next weekend. I'll be going through it all the day after and giving all my thoughts on it as well. Go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com to keep up with all the latest. And on that note, guys, thank you very much. See you guys soon. Laters.